This is Storm, and she is a Steppes eagle. She's 10 years old, and we've had her now for about 6 months. Now, if you're a regular viewer to this channel, you might be thinking, hang on a minute, I've not seen an eagle in any of your recent videos. She does stand out a bit more than the hawks and the owls. Well, that has been on purpose. We've kind of kept her off camera until now because we wanted to ensure that we had a bird we were going to keep, that was going to work for us, and keeping an eagle isn't like keeping a small owl or a Harris hawk. They are much bigger and in some respects harder to keep. I have worked with eagles before. I worked with an American bald eagle a little bit back in the centre all those years ago, and I have worked with Steppes eagles as well. Now, Storm weighs a whopping 9.5 pounds. That's almost twice the weight of Henrietta, our European eagle owl, and she has a wingspan of about 7 feet. Though despite those rather impressive facts, she's only really a medium-sized eagle. Yes, you can get eagles much bigger, but she is at the top end of what we can sensibly handle. Not only does she have such a large wingspan, but you should see how quickly she can eat a cockerel chick or a mouse. But we have been feeding her mostly on quail. We don't usually notice that any bird's got a favourite food, but she definitely prefers quail. So we give her a quail-based diet, which is very nutritious, so that's great. And then we vary it with mice and rats and chicken and things like that. She's even had some pheasant as well. Now, the purpose of having an eagle is just to add something completely different to Owl Adventures, a different type of bird of prey. It gives us the opportunity to talk about eagles when we're doing display work, and we hope to have her flying free. Though we did try earlier last year to fly her, and she was actually quite reluctant to do so. People say, oh, they're lazy birds. Well, in some respects they are. They're certainly good energy conservationists, as all birds of prey are, but the psychology of an eagle is rather different to a hawk, though in some respects she is just a giant, bulky hawk. Now, I've said many times before on this channel that female birds of prey are bigger than the male birds of prey, and that's how we know she's a girl. If we had a male Steppes eagle, it would kind of look like a big buzzard, but because we have a female, she has that persona of a genuinely large eagle. And it has been turning quite a few heads while on display in York and at some of the summer shows we did. We actually got Storm here kind of by accident. Someone I know gave me a call and said he was going to go away for about a month. Could I look after his eagle? I said, sure, no problem at all. And when he came back, he said, well, I'm thinking of selling her actually. And I said, well, do you know what? We'll buy her because she is actually a really calm eagle, and it's quite a rare thing to get an eagle as tame and as calm as Storm here is. Now, we had the opportunity to kind of try before we buy. And what we do on displays with our handling display is we let people hold her, but for £10, not £4 or £3 like some of the other displays. And this is to slow down the flow because it's such a unique bird that you can imagine people wanting to hold her all day long, and it's just too much work for Storm to do. When we have our other birds of prey out, because there are multiple owls and other birds of prey, then people will select different ones to hold and things, whereas if there's only one eagle, she'd have to do all the work of an eagle. And this has actually worked out really well because she'll only do a handful of holds a day, maybe on a busy day a dozen or so. If you're wondering how much I paid for her, I'm happy to tell you it was £1,800, which is about right for a good, calm Steppes eagle. And we have found ourselves a fantastic eagle here. But whether we'll get her actually flying in shows or not is another thing. We may get her flying somewhere she's familiar, maybe like this field on a quiet day, but with an audience, even though she's a tame bird, I don't think she'll really perform that well. We are hoping in the future to socially rear an eagle, maybe an American bald eagle. Both of those species are quite placid birds. They're kind of scavengery. Their prey drive isn't quite as high as, for example, a golden eagle. If we had a golden eagle and we're flying it in a display somewhere, there's a high risk that it'll just kill someone's dog in the nearby vicinity. Whereas a Steppes eagle, far more placid and a gentle giant really, therefore a more sensible option of eagle for us to use in display work. So now that I've revealed Storm to you here on this channel, you will see her popping up in future videos, and I've just got to say we're really pleased with this bird. She is one of the most magnificent birds we've ever added to our collection of birds of prey here at Owl Adventures.